Hello learners, welcome to the MOOC course Early Childhood Care and Education, and also welcome to the video lecture of Module 7. Then, in our previous video lecture period, we have discussed the importance of play in the early childhood education, or the significance of play for the development of the children. Now, when we are discussing about the introduction or integration of the play activities in the school curriculum for those age group which will be 3 to 8 years or 11 years of age. So, in this period, what will be the play activities? How such play activities will be integrated for the children, which should be appropriate for them. Therefore, our discussion topic will be play activities for preschoolers part 1. After going through this video lecture, you will be able to discuss and construct the play activities for sensory development among young children. Also, you will be able to list out the play activities for concept development in preschool children. And let's discuss about what should be the play activities for preschoolers. You have come across the concept of play and how much it is important for children's all-round development. Children are playful in nature. They love to play and learn as well as gain many experiences through play. Indeed, play is an essential means of child's learning and development. Early childhood is often called the toy age, as at this time, most play makes use of toys in one form or another. As early childhood draws to a close, children no longer endow their toys with the qualities associated with the people, animals, or other objects they represent. As a result, they begin to lose interest in playing them as babies and want to play more grown-up games. The play interest of young children conform more or less closely to a pattern which is markedly influenced by their maturational readiness for certain forms of play and by the environment which they are growing up. However, there are variations in this pattern. So, in this discussion, you will know about different play activities for all-round development of preschool children. So, today, all we know that the aim of education is to give an all-round development to each and every children. All-round development includes every kind of development from physical to emotional or intellectual development, everything included here. So, for your better understanding, we will be discussing these under the different heads of developmental aspects. So first, let's discuss about play activities for sensory development. Then, in our previous discussion is made on developmental characteristics of preschool children. In the first course, must have helped you to understand the importance. Because some characteristics are there or some characteristics are existed in each and every child, which are the common characteristics, and it is present in every child because they are instinctive some characteristics. So we have already understood about their basic characteristics or common characteristics. So sense is considered as the gateway of knowledge. If we see the suggestions, recommendations, or philosophical thoughts of different Western or Eastern educationists, then we will observe that they have given importance the sense development of sense organs for gaining the appropriate knowledge from the surrounding. So it is the first means of child's learning. The sense organs are the first means of child's learning. They learn many things through senses. Our 5 sense organs play the active role in this process, in the learning process of the children. You all must understand that children must experience before learning something. Children gain experiences through the senses or through our 5 sense organ. So listening to, looking at, touching and smelling comes naturally in children without anyone telling them to do so. However, by carrying out different play activities that are based on the senses, teachers can help children to observe things and events in more detail. Observation scale of the children depends on the sensory capacities, and only through observation children can learn more. Sensory knowledge is correlated with the concept development of the children. Preschool teachers can arrange and conduct these activities for sensory development of the children, because it is very important for the teachers to be aware when they are arranging the classroom situation, the educational scenario for the early period of our life. Then teachers should arrange and conduct all the educational related activities for sensory development of each and every children, because sense organs are the most important organ through which the child can learn from the surrounding or from the environment. Let's discuss some of such play activities associated with the sensory exploration among young children. Play activities based on sense of touch. Touching game. So, according to the sense organs, we have to arrange as a teacher for the children. First, we will discuss play activities based on sense of touch. Touching game. Children generally touch the things they play with. Teachers can make arrangement for children to touch play object made of different materials. The materials may be wood, the different cloth, the material may be paper, metal, clay, whatever. It will help them to understand the word and concept of soft, smooth, hard or tough. Playing with these play objects also help them to understand the texture of any surface. Then another activities we can arrange as a teacher, finding game. Preschool teachers, it is important for them, can put some objects of different textures with which children are familiar with in a bag or box. Teacher then can ask the children to dip their hands into the bag or box and fill the objects and identify them in a way without seeing them. In this way, teacher should make the environment exciting, make the environment joyful for the children. Because when they get interest, automatically they will play the game, and with playing game, they can learn something. This is very important for a joyful educational environment for the children. Then also surface game. The teachers can create different textured surface in the preschool by covering some area with a doormat, sand, grass, bricks, smooth pebbles or wooden planks, and leave some area uncovered and ask children to walk barefoot across these surfaces and describe how it feels like cold, warm, rough, slippery or wet. This will be more interesting for them. And when all these activities will be provided in group, then they will very much active to give answers first to the teachers. That's ma'am or miss, this is cold, this is warm, this is rough, this is slippery or wet. In this way, they will play the game and automatically they will learn. Then activity game. Teachers can also make arrangement for children to walk through knee-deep water, through a muddy patch after rains, on thorns and so forth to develop their senses. Another play activity is that cardboard play. Here, what happens? Teachers can take piece of cardboard and prepare a play card by cutting out 10 centimeter square pieces from it and putting glue on one side of each pieces and paste sand, twig pebbles, sawdust, velvet paper and other materials of different textures on 2 cards each. Thus, teachers have one pair of cards of each texture. Teacher can distribute these cards among children and ask each to find another children and has the corresponding pairs. This requires children to match their card with those of others and identify the one which is exactly alike. Thus, apart from strengthening the child's understanding of difficult textures, this play activity definitely helps in the ability to mix match. So this is very important activity, I think, which should be applied by the teachers for their classroom or for children to learn something new. Another activities or game, collection game. Teachers can ask the children to collect things that feel smooth or touching, such as a round smooth pebbles, a smooth leaf, a petal of a flower, or a soft feather, and things that feel rough like the bark of a tree, a twig, dry grass, or sand, and asking them to bring these articles to the Early Childhood Care Education Center or preschool for presentation. So these are some of the activities which is related for our sensory development of the children, which is very much important because sensory development will give them knowledge and they will also get interest by in the education process when they will get the chance to do different play activities guided by their teachers. Then let's discuss some play activities based on sense of smell. The play activities that focus on the sense of smell help children to be more observant. Activities based on the sense of smell will help children to understand the meaning of the words such as sweet smelling, foul smelling, pungent, and sharp smelling. It also fosters concepts, development, and increased vocabulary. Some such activities are finding out the smell game, one of the important game. The children can ask to answer or respond while they sit down for a meal to smell of the covered meal provided to them in the school center or preschool to develop their sense of smell. Then another game we can play as a teacher with them, vegetable game. When vegetables like cauliflower, turnip, radish and fenugreek greens are cooked at the preschool, teacher can play a game by asking and encouraging the children to guess the name of the dishes from the aroma. They will automatically excited to give the answer. What is it? What has been cooked? Then guessing game. Children can be given ginger, garlic, an onion, orange peel, mustard oil, crushed leaf of a lemon tree, a rose and other things with a specific smell. Once given, later teacher can put these in a small box each and ask children to identify them by their smell. It will be very much interesting game for them. They will definitely will actively involve in the process unknowingly while it will be a game, and automatically from the game, from such activities, they will learn that the smell, what is this, what is the vegetable, or is it the rose or is it the onion, or is it the orange peel. To give the answer, they will be actively involved in the game. Then the educational aims objective will automatically realize for such type of children. Flower game. Most flowers have a distinct smell. Teachers can bring different flowers and encourage children to smell flowers and list them in their neighboring area. Also, teachers should tell children the names of different flowers. Children may not be immediately able to associate with the name with the smell, but they will begin to do so over a period of time, and they will definitely become interested to explore new flowers, new smells. They will automatically involve to relate all them. This is enough for educate them for their age. Then play activities based on sense of taste. Young children should be encouraged to taste many kinds of food. The different types of food they eat are bitter, sour, sweet and salty, whatever. It will help them to develop this concept of taste. The tongue is also an organ for judging. It is also an organ for judging. Moreover, children will be able to talk about whether the food they ate was soft or hard. Preschool teachers can perform the following some of the activities related to it. That shirt game. Shirt game is that what teacher can put up a shirt on wall of your school and divide it into columns with categories: salty, sweet, sour, bitter, etc. As and when children tell the taste of things they ate, teacher can enter their names on the chart. Then also another game teacher can play, that food partner game. In the game, to make it more interesting, teachers can also ask the children to share their favorite taste and find partner of the same kind. Then they are asked to sit together and find more food items of the category of taste they like. Another thing we should discuss here, that play activity is based on sense of vision and hearing. Teachers can ask children to recall what they saw on the way to the ECC center or preschool. Teacher can encourage the children to note and locate what is new about a particular plant in the center or school. There may be a new flower, shoot, and a few leaves that have turned brown and so on. Teachers can talk to children about the various sounds they can produce using their body. Also, teachers can bring to the notice of the children about the sounds we make all the time but pay no attention to, such as heartbeats, breathing, and the sound of our footsteps. And also, teachers can ask one children to play the role of leader. The leader will clap or stamp in a particular rhythm and other children will repeat it. The sensory experience is usually what happened? A total experience involving all the senses, all 5 sense organs. When children eat different foods, they will taste it, they smell it as well, and look at this appearance all at once. Therefore, teachers can organize these activities as a whole to help the children to explore their sensory activities. Now, let's discuss about play activities for cognitive development. Cognitive means intellectual development. In some earlier discussion, you have understood about cognitive and concept development in young children. These abilities are basic to developing higher order thinking and acquiring concept. This is very much important. The aim of early childhood education is to give children an opportunity to handle a variety of play materials and take part in play activities which will help them to develop cognitive abilities and concept. Cognitions are the base on which later learning finally develop in children. In this section or in this discussion, we shall talk about some play activities that will foster the development of the abilities to match, classify, compare, seriate and find common relations, which basically indicates the cognitive development in children. It is important for preschool teachers to keep the level of difficulty in mind while planning activities. Initially, teachers should organize simple tasks for matching, classify, seriating and so on before gradually making the activities complex. Simple to complex. Some of such play activities are activities to foster matching abilities. Matching game. Children can provide with a variety of materials like leaves, sticks, blocks, toys, buttons, pencils, containers and things easily available for matching activities so that they have varied experiences. Children can be asked to pick out leaves of a particular shape and color from a collection of leaves of different shapes and colors. And also separating onions from a basket full of vegetables, which requires the children to match the vegetables in terms of their shape, color, and maybe even smell in order to pick out all the onions. Card game. We can play. Teachers can make some cards from covers of old notebooks, calendars or greeting cards. They can draw or paste pictures of different objects on these cards. Each object must be drawn on 2 cards. They can also draw a pair each of the faces. These cards can be distributed among the children and ask them to look for the child who has a card like this. And pulse game. Children can be provided with a mixture of 2 pulses. Teachers can ask them to separate them into 2 heaps. To make the task difficult, the number of pulses in the mixture can be increased. Moreover, teacher can include some that are similar in shape or color, for example, red gram and Bengal gram. To separate the pulses, children will need to consider their color and also shape. And activities to foster the ability to classify. The ability to classify develops from the ability to match, and most of the play activities designed to foster the ability to match can be developed into classification activities. Once children are able to match, they are ready for sorting or classification activities. Vegetable games again we can play. Here what happens, teachers can make available a variety of vegetables for the children and ask children to sort them into groups. Children should be left to evolve their own criteria for classification and group them in any way they like on the basis of color, size or shape. Once they complete the activity, teachers should talk to them about the criteria they have evolved by asking them questions. Why are these together? Why are these together? Why not put this here? So such way we can make the environment interesting through play activities. Then another game we can play with the children, block game. When children finish playing with blocks and are putting them away, teachers should ask them to put blocks of a particular color and shape together. Then also variety box game. In the school or early childhood care education center, teacher can play this play by filling a box each with a variety of shells, sheets, bricks or rocks. The teacher then should ask the children to sort these on the basis of shape, size or color. So in this way, the play activities can be included for their development. Then also discuss activities to foster the ability to identify common relations. Relationship game we can play here. Here what happen? Teacher can collect or prepare pictures of animals and their young ones and ask children to match the young one to the adult animal. So here in every game, I want to say that the responsibility of the teacher is very much important, because what game will be provided to children relating to their senses, different senses. Teacher should aware about them. Teacher should aware also in what way he or she will make the game more interesting for the children. Therefore, on the part of the teachers, a lot responsibility is there, and every teachers of preschool or early childhood care as an education center, they should be aware, they should be actively participate in the process with the children. Then another game the teachers can play, sticking game. Draw pictures of various vegetables and fruits. Teachers should draw the vegetables and fruits separately on different cards and ask children to stick the appropriate fruit or vegetable on the plant. If children are not familiar with the plants, they will find the task difficult. In such situation, teacher can substitute the plants and vegetables with familiar things. This is a very concerned matter for the teachers, because if teachers provide some unfamiliar things to the children, then the objectives will not be realized properly, or the situation won't be much exciting as expected. So this is the part of the teacher's responsibility. They should aware about that. Then pairing game we can play. The teachers can take some pairing object such as cup and saucer, shoes and socks, toy dog and its leash and so on. These can be mixed and put in a box. Teacher will ask children to pair them. Children will enjoy pulling them out one by one and pairing them. So these are some of the activities as a teachers we can play with the students. Then activities to foster the ability of comparing. Comparing involves only two objects. It involves establishing a relation. When children compare, they develop concepts of big and small, long and short. thick and thin, new and old, more and less, many and few, heavy and light, loud and soft, and so on. This ability is basic to counting. Then pebble game. Teachers can take some pebbles and divide them into two groups, and with 4 and 6 pebbles each, teacher can ask them children to say which group has more pebbles. For a children who cannot count, this involves setting object in one set into 1-to-1 correspondence with objects in the other and seeing in which group the pebbles are left over. Such activities strengthen the concept of more than, less than, how many, how much, and same. Seriating game, children can be asked to stock play material according to the size, with the big ones first, then the smaller ones, and then the smallest one on the top. Container game also play here to develop the ordering of the sequencing ability. Children can be given containers or rings of different sizes to be fitted into each other so that none remain. And in this discussion also, we should mention play activities for concept development. You have been able to understand that during early childhood period, the children develop many new concepts. The play activities that we have discussed in the previous section in this discussion contributes in the concept development of the children in a significant way. So, activities fostering the development of the concept of shape and size, like we can play some matching game, then blocks, jigsaw, shape sorter games. This is important. Activities fostering the development of the concept of number. Teacher can lay out a row of pebbles and ask the child to make another row with as many pebbles as the first, because the ability to match, classify, seriate and set objects in 1-to-1 correspondence are basic to developing a concept of number. So, some activities are teachers can ask the children to put out as many beads as the number of leaves, as many paint brushes as the number of children, to put one toy cars each in the toy garages, and through such activities children can develop the idea of numbers. So, another activity is fostering the development of concept of time. So, younger preschoolers can talk about the present and the immediate past and the immediate future. So, they understand morning, evening and night, day before, today and tomorrow. They also remember some salient event that may have happened some time back, such as a trip or an accident where they are injured, or they have hurt themselves, or see other being injured. So teacher can depict a sequence of events on cards and ask children to arrange the cards according to how the events would have occurred. So in this way, for the development of the children, we can integrate some play activities for the learners or for the preschool learners. So by integrating all this play, teacher can help to realize the aims and objectives of education for that particular period of our life, so that our future educational stages should get a better preparation from the children. We'll meet again with another videos with another interesting topic which is related with the preschoolers. Thank you.